Be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights in the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights in the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights in the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights in the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast.
Good evening and welcome to Police Dialogue, a platform where law enforcement meets the public to discuss issues that shape justice, accountability, and public trust. Tonight, we are focusing on a very important topic, the rights of the suspect in police custody. This discussion goes to the heart of the rule of law. A person under police custody is not stripped of their immunity or constitutional protections. Regardless of the allegation, every suspect is entitled to certain rights that safeguard dignity, fairness, and due process. Understanding these rights is essential, not only for citizens, but also for law enforcement officers, because respecting the rights of suspects strengthens investigation, protects institutions, and builds public confidence in the justice system. To help us unpack this important subject, we are joined by a distinguished guest who will guide us through what the law says, what is expected of the police, and what citizens should know when dealing with law enforcement. Stay tuned. When we come back, we join our guests.
Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress.
Welcome back to the Liberia National Police flagship program known as the Police Dialogue. Sam Collins is my name. I am the host of this all-important program, and we're coming to you live from our central headquarters here on Capitol Hill. We have with us as our special studio guest, Superintendent Madison J. Lamy. Madison, welcome.
Thank you.
I know that this is your first time appearing on the Police Dialogue.
Certainly it is.
This program is being streamed live on the official page of the Liberia National Police and also carried live on Sky FM 107.1. And today, like I said in my intro, we are discussing a very, very important topic, the rise of a suspect in police custody. Anybody arrested by the police department, anybody being arrested by any law enforcement institution, that person has a right. And that is what we are going to discuss here today. And I've been joined by Madison, who just got promoted as Superintendent of Police. Welcome again.
Thank you, sir.
Who is Superintendent Madison J. Lamy?
So, my name is Madison J. Lamy, and by profession, I am a police officer, and also a criminal justice lecturer. I acquired 2 bachelor degrees.
Okay.
And prior to that time, I graduated from the Zozo Rural Teacher Institute, the RTTI, where I acquired a C certificate in primary education. And in 2016, I graduated from the National Police Training Academy. And then I also have a whole 2 bachelor degrees. One is in criminal justice with emphasis in public administration, and another one is in sociology and emphasis in another one is in sociology with emphasis in public administration. So my master's degree is actually in education. So in terms of working experience, I served in several capacities at the level of the Liberia National Police. My first position I served as the head of this Crime Services Department at the level of Zone 822 SKD complex. And I also, it was in that position I served in, and when I traveled in 2019 to Japan and to China, and when I returned with my master's degree, and I was promoted to serve as the Deputy Chief of General Investigation at the Crime Services Department. And when I traveled early last year to Japan, representing Liberia on international criminal investigation, when I returned back to the country, I was also fortunate to also be promoted to the head of the Special Investigation Unit at the Crime Services Department. And in addition to that, Madison Lamy is also a researcher, and I published several academic articles, and there are several articles that are also on peer review. And I'm also the campaigner of Liberia cybercrime law.
Okay.
So that is Madison Lamy.
Just a bit of background concerning our guests on this program. And we're discussing the rise of a suspect in police custody. And what does the law mean by a suspect in police custody?
So the first thing we need to look at, who is a suspect.
Okay.
A suspect is regarded as someone who has been accused or suspected of committing a crime. So when you are accused or suspected of committing a crime, then you become a suspect. Now, police custody, and when somebody is suspected or accused, the person need to come under the control or the supervision of the investigator, where we call it custody. Because when the person has committed a crime, the police have to bring the person closer, the person on his or her supervision or control. Then that person has also now come under the custody of the police.
So if the police send out an invitation, probably the police want to talk to Lessers Blamo.
Okay.
And probably the investigation that they are doing is pointing to Blamo, and they pick up a telephone and tell you that, can we talk to you tomorrow at 10 o'clock? Can you meet Auto Central? At that point, is Lesser Blamo a suspect?
From the onset, you are sitting for Lester because there are reasons to believe Lester has some relevant information pertaining to the crime. So when the person is coming, somebody can be pressing your interest, and the person can be suspect. If you are inviting Lester Blamo as an investigator, you are already listening to probably the complaint, and you believe and you think based on reasonable ground for which you are inviting Lester Blamo. A possible Lester Blamo can be a person of interest, and subsequently he can turn to a suspect, or you can also invite Lester Blamo when he is also a suspect. We can get invitation to suspect. Somebody who is accused or suspected of committing crime.
So at what point does a person officially become a suspect?
When your investigation establishes that this person plays a significant role, or the person is linked to the commission of the crime,
at that point the person becomes
automatically, yes.
So someone that is being invited by the police to appear at the police station probably tomorrow about 10 a.m. That person cannot consider himself as a suspect, or that person is not considered as a suspect.
Yeah, somebody can be a suspect, and you can stay invitation depending on the person that you're dealing with. There are some suspects, they got personality, you believe that the person cannot escape the country. You can give them invitation. There are some suspects, you believe that the person is at risk, we cannot give the person invitation.
Okay.
So we will go after him and bring the person. Because it's possible that if the person is extending the invitation from when the person knows that they are involved in the commission of the crime, the person can escape from the error. But if you think, for example, where the person, maybe the person is a minister, or the person have a lot of property, the person is a business person, you believe that person cannot escape, you can also, the person has played a role, and he or she is a suspect. But with a person role or with a person position, he cannot leave. So you can also extend invitation to the person, telling him that there is an allegation. Because of what the law provides. When an accused person, when there is an allegation, before you even extend invitation to the person, you have to explain the allegation to the person, and also tell you this is an allegation that is labeled against you, and you have to come tomorrow 12 o'clock or so time along with your lawyer.
Let's look at the core legal rights. What are the fundamental rights every suspect has within police custody? What are the rights?
So
I am being arrested by the Liberia National Police, and do I have right? And if I do have right, what is the fundamental right do I have while in police custody?
So
that the police cannot rob me off.
So Article 21. Article 21 is the second longest article. It clearly spells out the fundamental right of the suspect. For example, Article 21C, it provides that anyone who is suspected or accused of committing a crime, immediately upon arrest, you have to inform them about their charges. And the right to remain silent. And the article also further stated that in every stage of the investigation, the criminal investigation, an accused person should be represented by his or a lawyer. So in every stage of the criminal investigation, Article 21 says, before you even talk to the person, you need to tell them about their right to remain silent, their right to be represented by their legal counsel. That's in soon. They say in all cases, in every stage of the investigation. So these are some of their rights. Additionally, if you look at if, they also tell you when. the issue that had to do with 48 hours. When the person is under your custody, that doesn't in any way mean that you can perpetually keep the person there. If you got a framework of the law, they believe that law enforcement practitioner, you got a lot of power. You cannot be unattended. I mean, you have to give account of what you do. So that is the reason why they say 48 hours.
So let just go step by step, because I want the discussion to provide some level of education for our viewers and those who will stump across this show years from now or months from now. And I am being arrested by the police. And am I forced to give statement to the police when I'm arrested? What does the law say on that?
You just reminded me, nephew, that you see in every stage of the investigation, an accused person should be represented by a lawyer. So he or she had a right to remain silent. He had to say clearly to the accused person.
So not talking to...
You need not to talk, you need not to get any statement, because in the criminal cases, you cannot incriminate yourself as a suspect or an accused person. So anything you say in the absence of your lawyer, that can also be in against you or in favor of you. So you have to be guarded in every stage by your lawyer. That's what the law provides.
So you are telling me that if somebody is arrested by the police and brought under the custody of the police, that person has the right to legal representation.
Oh yes, in every stage.
While undergoing police investigation.
Yes, that's what the law provides in every stage of the investigation.
Why is it important to have a legal person with the suspect?
Because the first thing is that, like I said earlier, when you are accused, you are innocent until proven guilty. So the law also provides that you cannot incriminate yourself.
Yeah.
And the law also prohibits the issue of a torture. So the law says the person should be guarded by his or her legal representation. Because your lawyer is the one that will tell you, say, you have to write this. You make sure that the person's right is not violated during the course of the investigation. Because when the person's lawyer is not there, it's possible now.
What become of the statement extracted from the suspect in the absence of a legal representation?
It will go applicable. It will not be admissible.
I want you to explain that to the public.
It will not be admissible. Actually, I see similar issue the feeder. There was a case I was investigating. So one counselor I will not call any. So he said, he called me, he said he was very busy, he was distant away. But the person there, he clicked in your office. So the person should sign on his behalf. So that matter when we were about to go to court, the counselor went and prayed for the widow Hebrew couple. Went to church, received the message. I did not interact with this guy. So he cannot tell me that I didn't want to sign on a particular statement that my client wrote. I said, boy, you say your client, this person you trust in the person. He said, the voice, can you detect the voice that was there to say that my voice?
Okay.
I'm not the one.
That was a critical
so
issue.
it gave me the reason that lawyers, when you are dealing with them, you have to be very careful. So, because most of the cases, you can have all of the pieces of evidence. But the procedures, if somebody an accused person writes statement in the absence of their lawyer, that statement will not be admissible. Even the issue of a suspect consent form. Like so now you can say, okay, say your client is not here, where are the consent form? The people can say there's nothing. The law says there are remedy if the person don't have a lawyer. They say you have a what? Legal aid. So you should go to the defense lawyers should be able to be there when you are carrying out your investigation. So there is no way they tell you, say, even when you are investigating your suspect, if the person does not have a lawyer, the state must provide the person a lawyer. That's what the law provides.
But that is why the law provides, like you rightfully say, that an accused should have a defense. And that defense probably can be provided by the government, by the state. So are you saying that a suspect brought before the police and brought under the custody of the police and being questioned by the police on an act that he allegedly committed, can that suspect tell the police that, hey, I don't have a lawyer, and can the police provide me a lawyer? Can that work?
The first thing, you cannot question a suspect in the absence of the suspect lawyer. That's what the law says. You see, even if you are interviewing the person, you cannot ask the person when the person lawyer is not there. So you tell the person you have the right to remain silent. Because any statement that you made in the absence of the lawyer, that statement will be can either against you or in favor of you. So the person can choose to say, I will remain silent.
And that can be recorded?
Yes, you will rather, I chose to remain silent. That's all. It cannot end the investigation. Because you know there are probable cause, there are reason to believe the person has committed crime. There are element or there are evidence to prove that the person commit crime, even though the person don't want to talk to you. You can stay from on the charge of pricing and send in the court with that statement that they chose to remain silent.
That's why he not having,
yes.
She not having a legal representation of the police.
Yes. Tell them they was really I chose to remain silent.
Have you experienced that in your police career?
Several cases I handle, especially the Cunha people when they come.
Tell me about some.
They tell you say they don't want to talk to you. You say, well, your lawyer say I don't have lawyer, but I don't want to talk to you. Send me the court. So at the end of the day, they will just on a statement form. I chose to remain silent.
Does that impede your investigation?
For me, at time when they are doing that, you know, sometimes talking to the suspect in investigation, eye contact is also important.
Yeah.
But it is a person right now, so nothing you can do about it. So now we go to the public defender. We talk to them that we have somebody. We have an accused person on our custody, but he or she does not have a lawyer. So sometimes the public defender will come, but not in all cases now. So it is their right to say they will not talk to you. And the reason is that, especially where I sit, we don't just arrest because we want to arrest. When we arrest it, because the financial crime will get all of the pieces of everything before you go after the perpetrator. So when you come, you say you don't want to talk, fine. That doesn't in any way mean that we cannot investigate and send you and file you to court. Because we have all of the pieces of evidence that we have to prosecute you. So there's no reason. If you say you're not talking to us, no problem.
How long can the suspect legally be held in custody without being charged?
The law says for the 8 hours. For the 8 hours. When the person is under your custody, is for the 8 hours. It was just a recent time when I went to jail, we received a video on a hip hop couple case. He said, the exception is when the person is a threat to the state. Then you can hold the person for more than 48 hours, but you have to show proof. But anything on the contrary, you can't hold anybody, an accused person, more than 48 hours.
What if the suspect comes under custody of the police, probably on a Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, but Sundays, obviously you cannot be counting Sunday and holiday.
So
Sunday and holiday will not be part of your 48 hours.
Okay.
So
when do you start counting?
When the person is under your custody.
On Sunday now.
When it's Sunday, no, you wait for the Friday now. But 12 o'clock the next day, start counting your 48 hours. So
now, if a suspect is under the custody of the police, and for the 8 hour elapsed, and the police still feel that they need more time with the suspect, what can the police do?
I have not had incident in that.
Okay.
But I have an experience when we went to Chippy.
Yeah.
There, when you have a case where you believe that you don't have sufficient evidence, even though you have the suspect under your custody, you can pray through the court for extension of time, and the court will extend the time.
Well, after the 48 hours.
Yeah, after the 48 hours, but before the 48 hour elapse, you have to pray through the court, asking them to extend because the time is not sufficient to send a matter to court. But for Liberia, I have not had issue with that. And additionally,
what you're explaining is what happened in Japan. Okay.
But for Liberia, I have not have any situation like that.
Where the police pray
for extension. Yes. Even for their country, there's no case that you can arrest without warrant. Even when it's happening in plain view, when the person is arrested, while the person is under your custody, you can still pray for arrest warrant.
Okay, there is a police dialogue, and the program is live on Sky FM. To those who are following us by way of Sky FM, we'll be giving you the numbers to call in so you can give your view on this all-important topic. The rise of a suspect in police custody is what we are discussing here, and we have with us Superintendent Madison J. Lamine, and he's providing answers to the difficult questions that we have here on the Police Dialogue. And if you're following us by way of Facebook, we ask that you kindly share the show to to your various chat rooms, and let more people come online to follow this important issue, because sometimes people come in conflict with the law and you have to encounter the police. So these discussions are intended for you to have some level of understanding as it relates to what the police functions are and what your rights are. Today, we've been told that the police have no right to keep you beyond 48 hours. We have been told on the show today that it is a right when you are arrested by the police to remain silent. Nobody should force you to give out statement in the absence of your lawyer. Our guest on the show has also informed us that you can ask investigators that, hey, I don't have a lawyer, and the state is under obligation to provide you a lawyer. That is the education that we are providing on the Police Dialogue, and that is why this program is important. So if you are following us by way of Facebook, keep sharing the show, putting in your comments, and during the course of the program, we're going to read out those comments and to hear exactly what you have to say. And if you have experienced staying beyond 48 hours in police custody, you can also state it in the comment section, and we'll be able to address that. Like I said, we're live on Sky FM 107.1, and we are streaming live on the official page of the Liberia National Police. In a moment from now will be joined by Antonin R. Vanning Roger, a legal practitioner, and he will be giving us his legal perspective on this all-important program. When we come back, we'll join Vanning to get his opinion.
Police Dialogue. Join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights in the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue. Join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights?
It comes your way every Tuesday and Thursday, and today we're discussing a very, very important topic, that is the right of a suspect in police custody. And we want to know from Madison J. Lamine, what are the rights, what does the Constitution says about the right of a suspect? Does suspect right end when they are arrested? And so he has been providing some level of education to those following the show, and it is good that you keep following the show so that you can get the education that you need from the Liberia National Police. We talk about lawyers being present when police are investigating a suspect. We also talk about suspect having the right to remain silent. It is a right to remain silent whenever you are arrested by the Liberia National Police, because when you give statement in the absence of your lawyer, the police says, or the law says, that statement will be counted against you in the court. So the best thing to do if you don't have a lawyer is to remain silent. Nobody going to jail you, nobody going to handcuff you, and say, hey, you need to give out statement. So if you're following Sky FM 107.1, we're about to open the lines to hear from our viewers and those who are following the show on Sky FM. You can call us on 0770-800-1630, 0770-800-1630 are the numbers that you can call us on and make sure that you have your say on this important program here, being streamed live on the official page of the Liberia National Police and also on Sky FM 107.1. And Madison is our special studio guest. He comes from the Crime Services Division of the Liberia National Police. The numbers are on the screen. And if you are in the diaspora, you can WhatsApp us or call us on +231 777 894747 +231 777 894747 is the WhatsApp number. You can call us direct on 0770 800 160. Call us and then join and have a conversation on this all important topic right here on the police data. The lines are open. You can call us. So Madison, let's go back to more questions here I have for you. And we'll talk about how long a suspect should stay in police custody, and you give us the answer as 48 hours. And you said that you have not experienced anything where the police will say, hey, 48 hours not enough, we need to pray the code for the extension of time. And you told us, okay, let me get a call. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Nima, where are you calling from?
Yeah, Jeremiah Banks. I'm calling from Providence.
Okay, Jerry, how you doing this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What is your contribution to the show?
Yeah, listen to what the brother was saying. Yeah, my question I got for him, what become the federal affair in the cell in Grand True?
Come again?
The federal affair in the cell in police custody in Grand True.
Are you following the discussion that we're having?
Yeah, following the discussion.
And what are we talking about?
You're talking about your right. If you're arrested by police and taken to the police station, you have the right to release pardon.
Yeah.
SYC.
And what?
One question for like this. One.
Yeah.
If you're taken to a police station, like what the fellow said.
Yeah.
If you go to a police station, for example, like my late brother had an accident. The police that went on the scene to go to the investigation. They didn't go to it properly because the other party had money, grabbing. They went to the police station. My brother had to owe him to the accident. But the police officer said the man, my brother, to go to jail.
Okay.
We start talking to the officer, but the man, well, that the man said to me, he said, no, you're not listening to us.
And where it happened?
It happened somewhere in our Bronx.
Okay, so keep following the show, and Lami will be able to answer your question and address your concern. Thank you. Hello, Yadime, where are you calling from?
Thank you. My name is Alfred Dennis Toba II, and I speak to you from the township of Johnsonville.
Hey, Alfred, how you doing?
I'm trying to do good, man. Good to hear you again, sir.
Yeah, since you returned to the country almost 2 years, I have not seen you.
I'm still around. We're somewhere in Johnsonville here.
Okay, what is your contribution to the program?
So, I want to ask the inspector in studio. There is I don't know whether it is a myth or whatever understanding. For example, if you owe somebody money, and then the person went to the police station and informed the police about that, and the police came to you and tried to invite you to the police station, it is a right to say, I'm not going, or you have to go with the police by all costs.
If you owe somebody money and the police came after you,
yeah.
What is your right to tell them?
Someone money and the person went to the police station, and the police came after you to your house, for example, wherever, and the police tried to invite you to the police station. So my question is, it is a right to say I'm not going, or You just have to go by all costs.
Okay, thank you. Madison going to answer that. He's taking note of all the questions. We take another caller. Hello, your name and where you calling from, caller?
Hello?
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Jafar.
Yeah, your name, sir?
110, 1019, 46.
I'm on the air currently.
Okay.
So keep calling us on 770-800 163 770-800 163. Call us and we'll have you on so that we can hear from you and hear your concern. Let's take it from the last question. Your complaint has gone to the police department and the police sent for you. Is it your right to say you cannot follow the police?
No. You need not to resist or refuse when police go arrest you. So the issue here is when police invite you or they go arrest you, it is your right to say, okay, I will go, but I want to go with my lawyer or I want to go with my family member. But refusing is also in violation of the law.
So nobody should refuse a police
So
call.
you need not to refuse police call, whether that invitation or whether the police officer themselves went there to have you arrested. You need not to refuse. The only thing is that you have to tell the police officer that indeed, yes, I want to go with my family member, or I want to go there with a lawyer. Or you can also tell the police they are human beings. You can tell you, say, oh, maybe I'm engaged, but I can assure you that I can talk to my community chairman or I can talk to my family member. Probably we can come there tomorrow. And when you assure them, I don't think police will insist that go with all. But when you say, no, I can't go, and that which is not good and honor our law, you need not to resist arrest or you need not to refuse when officer go to have you arrested or when they invite you.
And the caller from Broadgate,
Yeah.
talking about his brother having an accident with bruises on him.
So
he
the-
was still being put into a police cell.
Yes, some of the reason is that the safety of everyone is important, including sometimes even the suspect. Somebody is involved or was involved in an accident. I was not there to know the nature of the incident, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes the angry crowd, and you don't know the family member of the victim, and you don't know the associate of the victim. So sometimes placing the person in a cell does not in any way mean that the police officer is against the person that has been placed in a cell. But sometimes it's based on the safety of also the person that who is the perpetrator. So sometimes people can just look at it from a very different perspective. It's possible too that man can be placed in a cell and police officer look at his condition and say, no, even though the man, he is the one who was involved, he is the perpetrator, but can also make sure that they may have a medical service while he honor our custody. So the safety of everyone is important, including the suspect.
Okay, let's look at suspect protection and against torture, intimidation, and degrading treatment. What is it?
So the law also, constitution is divided into two categories. The guy, the one that has human right rather. The right is divided into two categories: human right and constitutional right. The human right is the right that is natural that God gives you. The dignity of everyone is very important. So when somebody is on an investigation, regardless whether the person is a suspect, it is a person of interest, you have to respect their dignity. The issue about torture is absolutely is not accepted in our investigation, because if you want to acquire a statement from somebody or you want to get information from somebody,
Probably you are dealing with a storm. Okay, let me take this other caller. Today we're discussing the right of a suspect in police custody, and we have this caller on the line. Probably you want to contribute. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Mr. Collins, thank you so much. My name is Anthony T. Blake,
Okay.
Deputy Commissioner of Police, Crown Services Department.
Yeah,
No.
you've been following the show, and we're discussing the right of a suspect in police custody. What do you have to say? Do suspects have rights?
Yes, indeed. All all suspects on our law have basic rights, and those rights are enshrined fundamentally in our Constitution. So the Constitution spells out each and every person's rights. So when it comes to the application of the police science, we do subscribe to the Constitution. Any act that go outside of the Constitution, it means that we are breaching that person's fundamental right. So on our law, suspects have the right to remain silent. So the suspect need to be informed of the allegation against them. And the rest of the other one, but when suspect is in our custody, they have to be represented by a lawyer. And on our AR, we have time to monitor the suspect when you're in custody. That is when you're in a cell.
Yeah.
We have the time to monitor you, and there are some times we use our discretion, and we make sure that you are talked to and you are brought out, and family members also have to see you. Because, mind you, these days, our police are all about accountability. So we have to account for the suspect every way, every step along the way when it comes to our criminal investigation process. So indeed, like I said, suspects do have rights.
But you only have 48 hours to be with a suspect. What happens if the 48 hours elapse and you have not gotten what you want from the suspect? Can the police pray the court for extension to have the suspect undergoing more investigation?
Our laws also spell out that on our criminal procedure law, the police have 48 hours to have a person on their jurisdiction in terms of investigation. So feel it on the police part to produce that person before a court of competent jurisdiction to show reason why that person is under the jurisdiction. And then members of that person's family or that person's lawyer can file the habeas corpus on the police. That is ordering the police to bring the living body before the judge to answer a question why that person is under police custody. So if the police have probable cause of holding that person in their custody, at that point in time, the police lost their authority. So that person will be released. So the law specifically tells us 48 hours. That's why in criminal investigation, you investigate before you arrest. You don't arrest before you investigate. You investigate before arrest. So you have all the time to do your proper investigation before the last stage in criminal investigation is arrest.
Okay. So that you can keep a suspect beyond 48 hours.
No, it's unconstitutional.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello, how are you, sir?
Thank you. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Sergeant Nyema Marston, Recon 4D.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your contribution to the topic?
Okay, my contribution had to do with somebody being placed in the cell with certain bruises on them.
Okay, yeah. So you are contributing from the standpoint of an accident investigator.
Exactly so.
So go ahead.
Okay, it's a normal situation in our setting because sometimes you will see a driver will be involved into accident, he will hit pedestrian, and the pedestrian may die as a result of the accident. But you will see that operator will have bruises on him, you have cut mark on him. So in that state, what do? You place it on a protective custody. Because if you release him, that diseased family will be angry. As a result of you releasing him, so now they will point the police station, the angry crowd. So in that manner, you had to put him on a custody. You had to detain him to protect him. Equally so, if you accident somebody die, but in that manner too, you have to protect him too. So in that stage, you don't release him. You place him on a custody.
Or he's gone off the line, and you listen to the last two callers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What can you say about what they said?
No, so it's just like the same thing. Because like I said, everybody belongs to the state regardless who is involved.
Yeah.
So when somebody is involved in an accident, you obviously know that the bereaved family and the indirect victim, because even maybe somebody lost their life and the family may well begin the indirect.
Okay, the caller is back. The caller is back on the line. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, DCP.
Go ahead.
As I was saying, sometimes when those things happen, you don't release that suspect. Because when you release the suspect, when the suspect go, and when the victim family see the suspect, they will come to the police station as a within anger. And that anger, sometimes we lead them to the police station. Or sometimes they jump on that suspect and harm him. Then when they harm the suspect now, then it becomes demerit on the police. So in that system, you have to protect the that suspect on protective custody and to see that everything is placed under control.
So, so it's not that you are violating their rights, but you are seeking protection for them and also the police.
You are seeking protection for them. You're not violating their right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, on sometimes too, you see police go arrest DCB. The suspect will say autopsies are not going.
Mm-hmm.
That means that suspect when it are not going, they are defying.
Okay.
They are defying authority. And on the Constitution, nobody to define authority. A police invite you, say you are needed at the police, you have the full right to follow them. You follow them with your legal counsel or with some resident person within your community. So, chairman, can you please go with me at the police to claim myself? But sometimes some will say, officer, I'm not going. And when you say you're not going at me, you are border resisting. That means you are trying to say that you are above the law, and unlike the Constitution, nobody above the law.
And what come next? What come next if a suspect tells a police authority that you are not firing?
Okay, what come next? And I will call for backup.
Okay.
We'll call back for backup. So now we'll go back and we'll notify our senior officer that we want on the scene, but the suspect refused to come.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, DCB.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. Do you agree with it?
Yes, so I agree with you. That's the reason why a professional knowledge is important as a police officer. Because you have to know your suspect. If possible, you go to in your community and suspect say, I'm not going.
Okay.
So the first thing, how you build rapport. Sometimes you can go to a community, everybody there will say this person will not go.
Yeah.
The person will not leave from here. That where professionalism can come about. How to engage the community. How do you convince them? Right? How do you call for backup? Or from there, sometimes you can look at the individual. You start having rapport with them. You start having conversation with them, persuading them. Because there are some communities don't use force to arrest them. It's not possible. You will not succeed. You can use force to some places.
What happened to a suspect under police custody that has medical needs?
It is our responsibility.
Is the suspect entitled to medical need while under police custody?
Certainly.
Okay.
The well-being, when the person is under your custody, the person well-being is also important. Because whatsoever that happens to the person when he or she is on your custody, you will go and get account. You know, the criminal justice does not just end with the police. That's the reason why whatever you do, you are accountable.
Yeah.
So when a suspect is under your custody, you have to monitor the activity of the suspect. It also helps you a lot. Because if you are monitoring the suspect, you build rapport with the suspect. You take the person to the hospital, believe that person is not even okay. And then you're having conversation. The suspect feel more comfortable interacting with you. So even you try to investigate that person, the person can confide in you. The person will feel more comfortable having conversation with you. So it is a service job. So it is the suspect right to get medical. It is a suspect right to be healthy when they are under your custody.
Now, the issue of contacting family members or other relatives, does the suspect have that right to ask for telephone and say, look, I want to tell my community chairman that I'm under police arrest, or I want to ask my mother or my brothers? Certainly, because the fact is, there are some people who will tell you, I don't have it. What happens if the suspect doesn't have a phone? You have to provide your phone. The police will provide that service. Yes, you got to provide the service. The relationship must, or despite the person is the suspect, you have to build it, because investigation requires rapport building. When you build rapport with them, even giving them food, there are many instances suspect go to my office, the first thing, I buy water for you and myself. I buy food, we start having conversation. When you do that, the person feel more comfortable, even though the person is a suspect you are investigating, because it will not change anything. No. Even if you just make your face so serious, it's not changing anything. So why will you not make the person to feel comfortable to provide the necessary information? So police officer professionalism is very important, and it comes about when somebody build rapport, when the person say, I want to talk to my family,
or the person is under your custody and the person has not spoken with their wife, maybe also fiancé for married, you take your phone and give it to the person. Talk to your family. How can your family visit you? They can come to you. You can see them, you can have conversation with them. It also makes them to feel comfortable, even though to some extent that freedom have been, but it don't in any way mean that you need not to respect their.
They are still human.
Yeah, they are still human. You gotta treat them on a fair basis.
Thank you. And he's Madison J. Lamy. And today we're discussing the topic, the rise of a suspect in police custody. And it's an eye-opener for most of the people following this program to know that the suspect has right, despite of being under police custody. He has a right to a legal counsel. He also has a right to medical care. He has a right to talk to family members. He has a right to remain silent. And so those are some of the things that we are discussing here today. Public education we are providing to many others across the country, both in Liberia and the diaspora, because like for the U.S., our laws is directed after the laws of the United States of America. And so if a suspect can remain silent in Liberia, in the U.S., a suspect can definitely remain silent. And if a suspect has right to a legal counsel while in police custody, the same happen within the United States and other jurisdictions within the sub-region and other parts of the world. We're discussing, like I said, suspect right in police custody. What are those rights? And Lamy, Superintendent Lamy, has been giving us detail on those rights that the suspect are entitled to. Now we come to search, arrest, and detention. What makes an arrest lawful?
Arrest is it can only be lawful when you follow the procedures. Because there are procedures you have to follow. The first thing to arrest, there will be a reason to believe, probable cause, that this person has committed crime or the person is committing crime. So a lawful arrest is an arrest that is backed by the law.
Okay.
So when your arrest is not backed by the law, then your arrest is not lawful. Plain view, you there, the thing happened in your person. You can arrest without a warrant because you know that you were present when it happened. Right. So you have a reasonable ground that the person has committed crime, or you believe with evidence that the person has committed a crime.
But the next would be, can the suspect be searched without consent?
No. You know, search, if you read, I think that is so be Article 21B. Search and seizure, you have to be very specific. What you want, where you want it. And it has to be issued by the court. In the court, you have to go and make the court to believe that there is a probable cause or there is a reasonable ground.
I'm talking about searching a suspect that has been brought under police custody.
Okay.
Can that be done without the consent of the suspect?
You have to announce it that you are about to search the suspect. And the person have to be aware.
Okay.
So then you can carry out your search on the person, the body, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you got to carry out your search with the person consent. And you have to also follow every method, even though the person is under your custody. If you are searching the person dignity is also important.
Yeah.
You cannot take on the person clothes because you are searching the person. And a female must be the one to search a female.
Okay.
A male will search a male.
Put this dialogue here on the official page of the Liberia National Police, and also being carried live on Sky FM 107.1. And today we're discussing the right of suspects in police custody. What should a suspect do if they believe their rights have been violated by police?
Their remedy.
What are the remedies?
So the first thing, I even go as an investigator to validate suspect right. So if you validate the suspect right, it means also the state is also will have issue with you. Because as a police officer, your work will not just end to where you or maybe you're not in at the office. So if you validate the person right, you go into the court to justify, because the police officer can go to court and testify. So if the person right is also violated their professional standard, because you're not above the law.
So the suspect can take a police officer.
Certainly.
If the suspect feels that he's
Yeah,
violated.
certainly they will take you to professional standard and you get your account. That's one thing I really admire. For every time one of say see you, I say everything you do here shall be in the confines of the law. Everything as a police officer, when 106, 103 visit our office, the first thing,
Yeah.
your decision, your action has to be in the confines of the law.
Okay.
Because anything that you do without the law, you will get account of your decision and your actions. So, because of that, it always place us in a position that we always remind ourselves that we are not above law. Because if you violate somebody's right, there are remedy to that law. And one have to do, maybe if you violate person right, professional standard is there to investigate you for your misconduct.
Certainly. How does respecting suspects' right help build public trust in the police?
Sensitive.
And because he came to Central or any of our police stations across the country, and that he was treated well, despite he was being arrested by the Liberia National Police, but the way informed he was treated, he go with that mindset. And like I said, he was actually build, like you said, he was actually build public trust. He make the police more love in the community. What happened to officers that violate the rights of suspects? What are the consequences?
There are consequences. The first thing is you are not above the law as an officer. That's the reason why I normally tell my officer, you're not running favor, you're running service.
Okay.
So when running service for to the country, what you do, you get account. If you go and carry action that is not backed by the law, you can be prosecuted, you will be disrobed. Professional justice will investigate you. And when you are liable and it is criminal in nature, know that you will be prosecuted. So anything you do as a police officer, put it in the back of your mind. You are not above the law.
Can someone be arrested after 6? Normally, this myth has been circulating for a very long time that the flag is down and nobody can arrest me. Now, you being a career policeman, have you come across this? Have you witnessed it where a suspect is telling you that it is late, I cannot go with you? And if you are seeing that, what did you do at the time?
So, I work at this one depot. So in many instances, sometimes passes will go arrest. So it's really the law say we can go. But why is somebody commit crime against you when it passes? So you not can. So I can just ask you. So you can go when somebody is committing crime. Maybe somebody commit crime against you at 6 o'clock or after 6 o'clock. We should not. So education is very important. Some of the things I can't believe it. You know why I can't believe it? Somebody who is selling bitter ball. You expect for the person to know they're working on the police. The only people I can have issue with when I'm a criminal justice student. There are way people will take things. You have to make the people to believe that this is not so. This is on this side because you are going to acquire that knowledge. So sometimes when the people are arguing at that, you have to make them to understand. So if you just lead them, sometimes they will continue to be accurate and they know that even what they are doing is not the right thing. So continual education will be very important to them.
Then we'll come to how can public education improve understanding of suspects' rights?
It is very important. A lot of people, when it comes to the issue about suspect rights, they may not be informed or they are not even informed whether suspects have rights. You see, when somebody is even investigating, you are investigating and people will just come there. But why is the person setting free day?
Yeah.
If I say why they may even moving,
Why is it not in handcuffs?
yeah, why they may not in handcuff? But again, when you bleeding, so the person who is saying this sometimes you need not to bleeding. What you need to do is to give them awareness why you think the person is not in handcuff. Why you think the person have been treated the way he have been treated. Because the society now, there are somebody will just raise something, everybody will just believe in and just take it.
Yes,
so the education will be very important, awareness will be important, conversation that they will help the society a lot. So it is good to continually inform our people about anything that the right of the suspect, the responsibility as a citizen, not intruding to arrest with
and I think that is the public education we're giving.
It's very important.
And that's why the police dialogue is here to educate the public about the functions and responsibility of the police. And
Certainly.
there are things that you need to know, and there are things that you don't know that cause you to come in problem with law enforcement, not only the LMP but other like the immigration, the fire service, and what have you. At this time, we go to our producer to start screaming and the viewer comments on the show so that we can see what our viewers are saying, what the contributions are. And Richard Lawson. So if the law says any statement made by the suspect in the absence of his or her lawyer will not be admissible in court, why then the same law says that the suspect has the right to remain silent and that whatever he or she says will be used against them in the court of law? I need clarity, please.
So I'm a student there.
Thank you, Laura.
So Rachel,
I
understand. Yeah, she's a very brilliant young lady.
The first law says remain silent.
So the law says remain silent because they don't want for you to incriminate yourself in the absence of your lawyer. Because any statement that you make in the absence of your lawyer, knowing full well that the law told you, if your lawyer is not around, remain silent. If you made that statement may be used against you or in favor of you. So that's the reason why the framework of the law, they are saying we don't want for someone who is accused or who is suspected of committing a crime to incriminate themselves. So because of that, they have to remain silent until they can be guided by their lawyer. That's what the law says. Because they don't want for you to incriminate yourself. Because saying statement in the absence of your lawyer, it's possible you might incriminate yourself, and because that statement will be either used against you or in favor of you. So that's what the law says. In every stage of a criminal investigation, an accused person must be represented by his or her legal counsel.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you for your comments. And she's from EME.
Yeah, EME.
Then we have Honorable Jacob Swa. Is it right? It is right of the police investigator to inform a public defense lawyer regarding a suspect who does not have a lawyer. Said public defense lawyer will represent said suspect throughout that investigation. I think he's trying to provide clarity on some of the things that were said. That the police should inform public defense.
So normally we do that because the law also requires the state should provide legal aid.
Okay.
And the legal aid is a public defender. Because there are some people, they can't afford to hire a lawyer. So if they can't afford, it means the state have to provide a lawyer.
Okay.
So yes, at times somebody can come to us, or when we're investigating, we can also invite a public defender, asking them to also represent suspect under our custody.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you so much for your input. Let's get a next comment there. I get another comment coming up. And I think Jacob comment very good. We have Emmanuel Hodges. I hope you guys will continue with this and also make more improvement. And I hope also you will tell us which area to improve on, because when you tell us exactly, we're going to pay more attention to that. But thank you also for your comments, and the need for improvement is something that we can add under the carpet. Augustine King Sharps. I'm following from Central Police Headquarters. Thank you so much for your time. Another comment. This is the Police Dialogue. It's live on Sky FM. William Cuddy. I love this program. Thank you, William. I think William is from the United States.
Okay.
Thank you so much, William, for your input. This program is being live on Sky FM 107.1. Elizabeth Joe Cuddy. Wow, Elizabeth is back. A regular follower of the Police Dialogue. Good evening, DCP. Many thanks to you and your studio guests for this fascinating topic. When the police practice professionalism on duty, the people live in peace. Yes, the people live in peace. With this, I think there will be less resilient in an arrest. Much appreciation to the technical team. Technical team. Let's very much. They may be, I cannot see this. So much. Favorite. No, I can't see that. Is Richard Lawson?
Again.
Okay. Is it Richard Lawson? No. I think this person is responding to Richard's comment.
Okay.
Richard Lawson. The law did not say will not be admissible in court. It it will. It is fine. The writing, so many I cannot read from where I'm sitting. And okay, we have Samuel Ford. Ford, great discussion. I'm following. Thank you, Ford. Thank you so much. BNBCC, the police is doing well under RGP Kuma. Thank you so much for your recognition. 7 days watching from River G County. Thank you so much. Going across borders, across the country, excuse me. Ahmed Ade, watching live from Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Now we are across border. Honorable Eriscopa Somi, good afternoon. Following closely from Sanukore City, Nima County. How is Sanukore, brother?
They were communication there.
Yeah, John S. Weir, Liberia getting better. Thank you so much, John. Let's get more coming up. Police dialogue right here on Sky FM 107.1. And we're also being streamed live on the official page of the Liberia National Police. Richard Lawson, come back. So proud of you, my uncle. We are learning a lot. Yeah, thank you so much also for following. And we appreciate taking up your time to follow us on this great program, especially for students doing criminal justice. And Lulu Rogers from the LDEA, she says, we are learning. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you so much for following. And let me also take this from Obrato today. Thanks be to God, you are here in Liberia. Stay eating at your parents' home. Wow. Your friends are eating on taxpayer money. The reason is best known. Okay. The people making fuss on it.
Yeah, really agree.
Okay. There for Samuel Ford, BNCC. Richard, I'm so proud of you. And also, I think we have done justice to today's topic, and we have gone across the comment section. And your final word on this program.
So I'm sincerely grateful. Mm-hmm. Leadership is about innovation. Before you sit in a position, somebody said it.
Yeah.
And somebody will say after you.
After, yeah.
So ask yourself, what will you be remembered for? And that's why we are here today. So I'm grateful to all of you for the innovation. For me, progress is not abstract, it's concrete.
Yeah.
So if we are not making progress, we'll be judged. But from all indicators, I think we are making progress. So thank you for the opportunity. Let's continue to make it better. Even though we want to reach to where we are, where we want to reach, but I think with collective effort and with the kind of innovative mind, I'm fairly sure that we'll reach to where we want to reach. I so appreciate the Inspector General and a hard-working team for the level of innovation, for their collective effort, making sure that we rebrand our organization. So thank you so kindly. I really appreciate it.
And before I take leave of you, you have been involved with this cyber security stuff.
Okay.
Can you just say something about it to your followers?
Okay, so I don't.
Because next time when I bring you here, we'll be talking about cyber security.
So we are making progress, and when I embark on the cyber activity, even though there was an act in 2021, but we're not passed. But when I came from Japan, I embarked on the advocacies. Thankfully, November 4th, our UL campus at the Palaba Hall, pushing the argument that there's a need that we have a cybercrime law. And then it was passed, and before the president right now. In addition to what the cyber law is right now, there's a cyber security expert, they call him one Samuel Dennis, who has built a very cyber security defense system, who is who want to come to Liberia and build our cyber security defense system. Also, so we have been engaging policy maker and stakeholder about it, and maybe in subsequent time if I come, we'll also expand the discussion regarding some of the cyber offenses that have been committed, the one that we are investigating, using our pinnacle, our 1978 pinnacle, to investigate.
Thank you so much, and your contribution here means well for us and our audience. Thanks to the management of Sky FM for carrying this program live. Thanks to all of our callers and those who made comments under this live. We appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your time. And today we have been looking at the rights of suspects in police custody, and our guest gave us all of the rights. He outlined all of the rights that a suspect is entitled to while in police custody: a right to remain silent, he said, a right to a legal counsel, a right to medical care, and a whole lot of things that he said. Sam Collins is my name. Catch you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
In the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights and the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in on the official LNP Facebook page, Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Have you ever wondered how the Liberia National Police keep our community safe? Want to know your rights and the role you play? Introducing Police Dialogue, an interactive public service podcast. Each week, senior officers, law enforcement experts, the community leaders discuss crime prevention, community policing, road safety, and how citizens can help. Tune in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation that builds a safer Liberia. Police Dialogue, working together for peace, protection, and progress. Police Dialogue, join the Liberia National Police and community leaders for weekly conversation on safety, rights, and road safety. Tune in